So this is, hey, at least I got a life jacket on me here. So safety first. It's much easier if you do it with two people. But if you're doing it by yourself, brutal. But this is me like, this is totally worth it, even though all my energy is zapped. I made it. I'm here. Blah, blah, blah. Here I am, just gonna get some selfie shots. Look at me. Yeah, so this is as close as I got. And it's magical. Welcome back. Welcome back to rewatching some of these old Hairnell videos. We are kind of doing like a marathon where we rewatch all of these videos and kind of give you some behind the scenes, what was going on exactly on those videos, and things you would have never noticed. This is kind of like the director's cut. So you can rewatch some of these, and then I'll kind of give you my take on the videos and give you a little bit more context and try to tell the story a little better, basically. So we are currently at kayaking to Shoshone Falls. The last one was marriage proposal gone wrong, and it was just basically me proposing to like a friend, essentially, where we had this agreement to get married at 30. And you can kind of see what happened on that video itself. Just watch the last one. That was a pretty good one. Okay, so now we are at kayaking to Shoshone Falls. So this is something that I wanted to do in the vlog, is basically get a kayak and then kayak all the way to Shoshone Falls. So this is something that a lot of people have been doing now in like 2022, but 2016, you wouldn't typically do this back in 2016 unless you really wanted to have like a all-day adventure. So now they've made it very easy where anybody can go to Shoshone Falls with the kayak. AWOL will set you up. I mean, like I've made many videos with AWOL kind of explaining, like they'll shuttle you to Pillar Falls, and then you only need to do the last mile and a half to the falls with a guided tour, or they'll let you rent a kayak at their facility, and then you can just take one all the way. But in this video itself, what happened was my sister has two kayaks, and her husband has a truck. So what I did is I was like, I'm going to borrow these. I'm going to borrow one of the kayaks, and then I'm going to go to Centennial, kayak all the way to Pillar Falls, cross it, and then get to Shoshone Falls, and that'll be my day 14 vlog. So here we go. Let's see what happens in this video. So this kind of gives people like an idea of what it takes to really kayak all the way to Shoshone Falls. So this was a crazy idea. I'm like, I'm going to Shoshone Falls today.
All the way to the waterfalls.
I've done this maybe like 3 times, and it's always hard. The best way to do it is with AWOL. So here I am at Samara's, and I'm like eating her food
I'm gonna take her kayak
because I needed some energy. So I took her food, then I took her kayak, and then I took her husband's truck. Great. So I got to the parking lot.
I made it to Centennial. Now I gotta unload.
So yeah, you can do this. You can do this with your own kayak, or I would recommend you just rent one from AWOL. Is probably the easiest way to just do it, because they got the kayaks right there ready to go for you. So
about to start.
I'm like about to start, and then you kayak first to get to the underneath the bridge.
341 under the bridge.
341 underneath the bridge.
Might throw some stuff at you.
So I usually, like I don't like to stay underneath the bridge because sometimes people will throw things off of it, and then you're underneath there, and you don't want anything like land on your head, essentially.
There will be no gym today.
So this took all day. So if you're even remotely thinking of attempting this, if you're just doing it all by yourself, it's an all-day thing. It'll just zap all your energy. So this is me first arriving to Pillar Falls, and I am like already tired. One thing to keep in mind is I had to bring a lot of waters, and if I didn't have all the waters with me, oh man, I would have been easily dehydrated. So it looks like I got here, and then
whatever thingy, and now I'm gonna see how to get across this. This is a weird part.
So this right here just takes all your energy, taking the kayak and bringing it across. If you do the guided one to Shoshone Falls, they'll carry these kayaks for you and have it ready to be on the other side. So it's beautiful.
All right. Now we're going to go do some drone flying.
So then I got here, and then I'm like, let me fly the drone while we're at it here. So
it's dry.
So you know, here's some drone footage. So this is just with the Phantom 3, kind of showing you how this looks like. So yeah, so you basically got to carry the kayak all the way across here, and it's almost kind of like a maze. It's probably better to just let the professionals do it for you, but here I was kind of like almost like winging it. I'm like, I'll figure out a pathway, and the pathway was like this way, this way, this way, this way, and that's not the best pathway. There's actually a better pathway. Yeah, you're carrying this kayak across here. It's brutal. So this is just me getting some more drone shots, like of Pillar Falls. Putting some dun, 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 really epic music, Mortal Kombat. So again, it's very dangerous here too, because you don't want to be swimming around some of these. Usually somebody dies here all the time because they get in a pool and then they get stuck, and then
I'm done flying the drone. I'm looking for the way to cross.
So this is at least I got a life jacket on me here. So safety first.
I'm exhausted and I barely.
So this is me carrying the kayak. Carrying the kayak yourself across this zaps your energy here. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to kind of carry this kayak across, and then I move it maybe some couple 100 feet, maybe 100 feet. Then I'm tired, put it down, and this is me working out too. So you would think it would be easy for me, but no, it's like move it a little bit. It's much easier if you do it with two people, but if you're doing it by yourself, brutal.
I think they found an easier path, but I was like, no, I'm gonna go this way.
So then, see, this is like me seeing other people do this, and I'm like, well, it's easier for them because they got two people. So then I find a spot across, and then I'm like, where do I put in here? And then this is not the spot that you put in. It's actually further down over there. But I'm like, this will do. So here I am with some crazy sunglasses that I got or something like that. I don't know where I got those. This is me trying to be like Casey Neistat with those crazy sunglasses. Okay, so then I'm kayaking towards the falls now and getting closer and closer. Now, if you haven't done this, this is actually a lot of fun. And again, there's an easy way of doing it, and then this is the hard way of doing it. So you're looking at doing it the hard way itself, where you're just physically exhausted. So this is me kind of like trying to get close to it, and it gets really wavy over there. So you don't want to fall out of your kayak. That's another kind of thing. But this is me like, this is totally worth it, even though all my energy is zapped.
I'm heading towards the rocks, but again, totally worth it.
Totally worth it. So this is me trying to get closer. And it's a whole different experience. If you've lived your whole life here and you've not done this, I say do it the easy way, and then have a guided person kind of like tell you how close you can get to this stuff and so forth. It's kind of almost like a once in a lifetime experience. You got to do it if you live in Twin Falls. I'm like, what are you doing? So then I think I parked the kayak across here, and then I think I did a little bit more drone flying as well. This is a long video, 12 minutes. Yeah, I made it. I'm here. Blah, blah, blah.
I should be fine here.
So I would say like my energy levels are at like 70% exhausted by this point. So then here I go towards heading towards the waterfalls. And only one side of the waterfall is currently running there. This is not like full blast or anything like that. I've never been to the bottom when it's like full flowing because the shoreline is gone typically, and just getting to even here is almost impossible because Pillar Falls is usually flooded as well too, so you just can't get across easily. So this is just some drone shots of Shoshone Falls from the bottom basically. And I'm like, okay, I've had enough. And again, I was very new to drone flying, so even like that flight itself scared me because I was like, if something goes wrong, then I'm not gonna get the drone back itself. And this was a pretty expensive drone. Here I am, just gonna get some selfie shots. Look at me. My God, this took all day, and it's so brutal. I'm pretty sure other people were inspired to go ahead and do this, watching this video itself. And like, if he can do it, I can do it. But they, like, you don't know what kind of, like, you know, like, what kind of things you're getting into here.
That was pretty cool. I flew the drone just like,
Oh, this is explaining how that drone flight went.
Right here. Right
I was
there.
like, I was right there with the drone.
It was pretty cool. It was cool. It was really cool.
And then there's some kind of rock formations, be other people being there.
It's 6 o'clock.
It's 6 o'clock at that time, and then here's me. I'm like, let me just get a little bit closer to the waterfall. But again, the closer you get, the bigger the waves are, so then you kind of feel unsafe, unbalanced on the kayak itself. I've seen people get closer to this, but like you gotta judge your, you know, like tolerance. Or like in the future, you're gonna see me like right next to the waterfall as my tolerance increases to danger, I guess. But like the first time, I was like, I'm gonna stay away from this because I don't want to fall in and have an issue.
Let me just show this one more time.
Yeah, so this is as close as I got, and it's magical to see this because it's a giant waterfall, and you're kind of like at the base of it, and you're right there. So cool, but it's so much work. So again, it's pretty satisfied being down here, but this is only half of the work. You still have to go all the way back.
Okay, I think I'm getting drifted into that, so I gotta paddle out of here. All right.
So yeah, so what can happen is you can get drifted in there, and you don't want all that water to basically be hitting you. So now I'm heading back.
How tired am I? Pretty solid 8.
8 out of 10 tired. So that means like I'm at 80% exhausted.
There's some animal tracks here. I don't know what these are, but
So sometimes there's deer down there too. So I've seen a deer down there, just like, you know. I'm just kind of showing you more views from the bottom. I think I pulled over again after I made some, got away from the falls a little bit.
I also feel like this sand here is like quicksand back to Pillar Falls.
So now I made it all the way to Pillar Falls. Now, okay, so at this point, I'm like, I'm already 80% tired. Now I got to carry this kayak and get it on the other side itself. Again, this is me working out.
I made it to other side of Pillar Falls, and I can tell you I'm at a 9.5 tiredness.
So now I'm like 90% exhausted, and I've made it across to the other side of Pillar Falls. I still have to go ahead and get to the bridge and then to Centennial and then get out. So I'm at 90%. Luckily, I brought some protein shakes. Let's go look at that. Yeah, so I brought some protein shakes, and then I was able to go ahead and drink that, and then it almost kind of revived me to have enough energy and calories in me to make it to the other part of the trek. So yeah, so here's my protein shake. So I brought multiple waters and protein shakes to have enough energy to go ahead and make it back. And again, if I didn't have this, I almost feel like I would be freaking out because I would be like dehydrated and not have enough water. So now here's me getting closer to the bridge.
There he goes.
The sun hasn't fully set, so it looks like we still got like at least like 45 minutes or an hour before it sets.
There he goes, and boom.
Oops, I'm getting some shots of base jumpers, and then
Back.
bam, I'm back at the truck.
And
It's an
so
all-day thing.
it's
It's an all-day thing if you do it by yourself.
9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock.
And
Oh my
we are
God.
done. I have a shirt on, and I'm just walking back home.
And then that's the end of the vlog itself. That's kayaking to Shoshone Falls. Yes, final thoughts would be again, you can do it by yourself. It'll take you all day and it'll take all your energy. You can do it with two people and it'll be maybe slightly easier because then you have somebody else helping you cross Pillar Falls. Or you can just book a tour with AWOL and they'll have the kayaks ready to go on the other side. And that's the easiest way of doing it. Like when I did the guided one with AWOL, it's so easy. So if you got anything out of this video, I would say now you know all the factors of kayaking to Shoshone Falls, and hopefully this helps somebody. Okay, that's it for this one, and we'll keep on going.